Hey guys, welcome to another episode of RossDraws, and today I'll teach you guys how to use references like a pro. Outside the industry, there used to be a taboo that using references or external photos made your art less legitimate, that you had to create everything on your own, no outside factors, in a vacuum, and that's simply not true. Every amazing artist I know, and even some old masters, use references to help with the accuracy of their art. Throughout my career, I have found a balance where I can both study and use the reference and add my own flair and personal style. So if you've ever been afraid to use reference or just don't know how, this is your video. Let's go. Step one is to identify a good reference. There are billions of references out there, and I want to help guide you guys to find the better reference. I feel like art is just visual communication, an arrangement of shapes. Photos and references are also an arrangement of shapes. And choosing the right one can help you out in the long run when you're painting your pieces. I've gathered some references here. Can you identify the stronger reference? So let me show you kind of what I see. Looking at all these shapes in there, there's a really nice rhythm with the hair as well. Nice arc for the neck, and a really nice shape for the clothes. So let me just try the reference on the left. Because the lighting is so soft, there's a lack of shadow shapes, and so I can only kind of look at these eyes, the ears. The earrings are actually really nice. You guys see the difference? I feel like the one on the right is the better reference for us to draw, because the one on the left, maybe it's a nice photograph, maybe it has nice soft lighting, but the shape arrangement on the right feels stronger and aesthetically pleasing and has a nicer arrangement of shapes. So here's another example. These are references that we shot in-house. This is Lydia and Sarah. At first glance, they're great photos, but they're a bit weak for me in terms of reference. The poses are a bit static and the shape composition is disinteresting. Let me show you what I mean. For Lydia's pose, I see a rectangular box. When we get to the head, there's 3 distinct shapes. And then for Sarah's pose, a huge rectangular box. Her arm creates a box here, but when we get to the head, there's actually some nice visual interest here. We get the point of the chin, and then her hair creates another shape. So these are the basic shape compositions that I see in these reference photos. I'm not in love with this shape language. I feel like the rectangular box is overpowering all the other shapes. Not to say that rectangles and boxes are always bad in composition, but here they're not adding any value. Bam! Look at that. Wow, what a difference. These reference photos have a bigger variety of shapes. It's a lot more dynamic, you know, there's a lot more to pull from. I can already tell that these photos are gonna make great reference images. So keeping in mind everything that we looked at today, this is gonna be my reference image. Nice, look at that, what a great reference. There's a nice variety of shapes and angles to use. I already feel like the rhythm is a lot more pleasing and aesthetic. And that takes us to step number 2, simplify with angles. If you've never used references before, it can feel extremely intimidating. These references are real life, so you're dealing with extreme complexities, perspective, also subjects in 3D space. You're probably wondering, where do you start? But don't worry, you can always simplify your references with angles. This is a technique used in figure drawing, and I'm trying to capture my reference with angles, straight lines, the big picture, kind of like the wireframe of your painting. So we have the angle here for the jaw, angle for the top of the hand. I always look at the angles of the eyes. And also the angles of the 2 corners of the mouth. Hey guys, welcome back, and here's the progress of the drawing so far. It's looking pretty good, and you can tell that I've already started to move on to curves. The main reason why we use angles was to simplify our complex reference, and now we'll use shapes to do the same thing for color. Looking at this reference right here, you can tell that there's a whole bunch going on. Different midtones and highlights, even the folds of the jacket, the varying skin tones, but I'm going to simplify this into 10 shapes. Let me show you. So I've broken down my drawing into 10 shapes. So 1 is the head, neck, and body. 2 is her hair. 3 is the left side of the jacket. 4 is the inside of the left side of the jacket. 5 is her shirt, 6 is her stomach, 7 is her pants, 8 and 9 are the right side of the jacket, and then 10 is this triangle shadow under her armpit. So with 10 simple shapes, I was able to capture the essence of my reference. I didn't have to work on all the little details, get lost in the weeds, and now I can start to render it, adding some details as I see fit. One thing I really love is Sarah's wing liner. It always looks like it can cut steel, and so I'm gonna try my best to capture that. Hey guys, welcome back, and here's the progress of our painting so far. With our 10 simple shapes, I was able to choose areas that I want more rendered, like the face, and then areas I can leave in their simplicity, like the jacket. Which leads us into our 4th step of using references like a pro, credit your references. Yes, some of you might remember that I've been guilty of this, but as a person that wants to be a role model for up-and-coming artists, hopefully you can learn from my mistakes. If your piece was heavily inspired by a piece of reference, we all need to do our due diligence to credit the creator. For instance, this photo right here was shot in-house, modeled by my good friend Dagami. Go check her out. And for the Digital Art Bootcamp, thank you so much, Rachel Bradley and Satine, for providing amazing reference photos for my students to use. If you're looking, there are some amazing reference packs made by talented creators out there. And I know for newcomer artists, money can be a bit tight, but trust me, buying these packs are so worth it. Some of these packs you'll be using 2 to 3 decades into your art career. And tip number 5, don't just copy. Unless it's purely academic, remember, you're an artist at the end of the day, and this is your piece. Whether it's your own unique art style or adding some objects and accents that are not in the original reference image, make this yours. For example, in my Mona Lisa master study, it's really obvious what piece I reference, but you can tell there's a RossDraws style to it, and I added butterflies. Butterflies are cool. So with this piece here, there's a lot we can do. So I'm gonna add maybe a strap here for some graphic verticality, and a necklace here to break up some of these shapes in the middle. And you guys know me, I love cats, so let's give her a companion. Super cute. Yeah, some of you guys always comment on that the cats in my pieces break physics. I mean, cats already break physics, but in my pieces even more so. I mean, what is this cat even standing on? The arm's right here and the cat's just floating behind her, but this doesn't really matter. What does matter is I want to showcase some amazing work that you guys have done in the Digital Art Bootcamp. My students have been taking some amazing reference photos and turning it into unique pieces with their own art style. If you like this video and want to dive deeper into this topic, you can go join the Digital Art Bootcamp right now. Hey guys! And since I wasn't able to color dodge last video, it's color dodge time. Ooh.